Hey everybody, Nova here, bringing you round 2 coverage of the Dynamic Discs Present 2019 Midwest Amateur Championships, featuring the Intermediate Women's Division. After one round, Liz Borg-Bowman holds the lead by 3 throws over Lupe Harada, followed by Anna Hare and Amanda Wing. Starting here at Hole 1 at Waterworks Park in Kansas City, Missouri. It's 508 feet. You've got to cross this valley and make the next ridge to get a good look at the basket. Lupe's reached that ridge and she'll have an easy look for an upshot. There's a lot of trouble to be had at this level on this hole. If a shot strikes a guardian tree or falls down in the valley to the left, the second shot is really a placement shot, and there's no easy approach to the basket from there.
And round?
Anna has found that valley. Rounding out our lead card is Amanda Wing.
Some wood. Go.
As you can see, there's a lot of terrain here to deal with. She's found that guardian tree and is pitching up just to get a look at the basket. She's played Ultimate for about 20 years or so. I talked to her about this during round 1, and for a lot of her upshots, she's throwing a larger diameter disc. That's usually a condor. Bit of an unusual thing in disc golf, but she makes it work very well. From the ditch at the base of the left-hand valley, Liz Borg-Bowman flexes one up and over. And here's the look from the top of the ridge. See there, Amanda reaching for another large diameter disc, setting up a forehand approach shot. Lupe's upshot has left her with a long way to go to the basket.
Get in.
Oh, and she almost brings it home.
Early.
Just chaining out to the right-hand side. That gets her a red-hot tip-top replay. From outside circle 2, Liz Borg-Bowman has a long way to go. Maybe a half go, or she's perhaps laying it up. That is a very steeply pitched hillside. After one hole, Liz, Lupe, and Anna bring in single bogeys to Amanda's double bogey. And the throwing order will remain the same. First up is Liz on hole 2. This is 312 feet, almost all the way uphill.
Nice.
The basket is behind that 20-foot round tree on the left. In intermediate, the play is really to get to that first ridge that you can see bisecting the fairway. Then you can pitch up and over and hopefully get your par. Anna's checking this out because there is OB danger to the right if Anheuser or a turned over shot gets away. In this case, it's just fine though.
Awesome shot.
And Amanda plays one right up the middle. see from pretty much anywhere in the middle of the fairway, even a drive that turns over, there's a good look to the basket to get up and down, as Anna's trying to do here. And that should settle in nicely for an easy tap in. There's almost no putt from here. Lupe's just going to have to pitch up, and it looks like she caught that last lowest branch, leaving just a little bit of meat on the bone.
You want me to go first? Sure.
That is a rough miss for Lupe.
Good job.
Even though it's 312 feet uphill all the way, this really does feel like a must par for most of the intermediate field. With 3 pars and 1 double bogey, Liz continues to hold her lead at 4 throws over Anna Hare. Moving on to hole 3, 244 feet. The basket is just out of sight in that pocket of trees on the left. Liz has reached the middle of the fairway. The play is either up the middle and settle down for an easy up and down, or try and skip one into the green, which is on a lower tier to the left. Anna's overcooked that. It ran through the circle and probably into the trees on the left-hand side. Amanda makes the safe play here with an easy flex forehand.
Oh, that's looking good.
Oh, yeah.
And if that sticks, Lupe's shot here is amazing. Here you can see where the basket is set, and unfortunately Anna's drive has gone deep into trouble on the left-hand side. That is a very steeply pitched hill. It goes 100 feet down all the way to the waterworks plant that the course is named for. Throw after throw, Anna continues to find trees just to the left of the green. And from 15 feet away and through the trees, she pitches out and in, saving a double bogey. That's a rough result for a great putt. Lupe's drive has left her just in the trees, and it doesn't look like there was an easy window out.
Oh, nice run.
After playing to the fairway and then laying up to the basket, Liz Borg-Bowman shows how to get the easy par on this hole. Let's move along to hole number 4. It's 306 feet, but it plays all the way down this tunnel. To the left-hand side is that steep forested hillside, which is nothing but trouble. And to the right is an uphill that is completely covered in trees. Amanda's G-Star Valkyrie gets a little high and nicks a tree. It's going to fall just on the edge of the left-hand side of the fairway. Lupe backhand flexes a felon
Yes,
keeping it
fairway.
in the fairway
I literally
and just
that's in
catches
my
that last tree cropping out on the right-hand side. Anna's lining up fairway driver and just overcooks it to the right. She'll be up on that hillside, no doubt. The basket is just past this last line of trees on the right-hand side in the center of a rock garden that's shaped like a peace sign. It's one of the more iconic holes on this course. With a little bit of an obstructed backswing, Liz doesn't quite get the upshot she was really hoping for there. This is one of the more attackable baskets on the course. The hill behind it acts as a backstop, and rollaways are usually arrested by the rocks at the edge of the peace sign at the base. It's a real confidence booster knowing that if you hit and bounce off, the worst you're looking at is a 10-foot comebacker. After 4 holes, Lupe brings in the only par to get back some strokes on Pokes and pulls within 4 of Lisborg Bowman. I've got to be really fast to film Lupe. She scarcely even stops on the tee pad. After the tight fairway of hole 4, hole 5 here feels like a bit of an opening. There's less canopy to worry about, the fairway is wider, and the danger on the right is much reduced. The hillside on the left is still a threat though, so it is important to put it down in the fairway to get a look at that basket.
There you go.
Yeah.
Come on in.
Is there that?
That's it. Yep.
Amanda bounces off a really nice chunk of the fairway with sort of a downward air bounce throw. More typical of an ultimate player than a disc golfer, but it really works for her.
Oh yeah.
And flexes I believe it's her Blizzard T-double down the fairway, and it gets just a little way to the left. I've been watching Lupe forehand all weekend, and I've got to say, her forehand with that harp is really amazing. If she's got a forehand look to a basket, she's going to put it underneath almost every time. Here we see the results of Amanda's drive.
Oh!
It's a little bit of an obstructed look, but she almost got the bird there. in a par from about 25 feet. After the previous hole, that'll be a good confidence booster. Moving on to hole 6, Lupe brings in the only bogey on that hole and slips back one. First up on the box is Elizabeth Borg-Bowman, still holding on to that 5-throw lead.
Oh,
This
good
hole
pop
is
up.
240 feet. It's in the short left setting, just past those crossed trees.
Excellent shot.
Beautiful.
And Amanda's found the only real danger on this hole, which is the dirt fairway slopes more sharply than you would suspect from left to right and can roll a disc down the hillside on the right if you're not careful.
Oh, yeah.
Anna hangs a big hyzer up there, aiming for the green. Comes up just a little short. Lupe's drive with a hatchet gets a little bit turned over, but it manages to stay up top and not go down the sharp hillside to the right.
Good up.
Oh, yeah.
I joke, but I do love Missouri. It's given me a lot.
This is a very tricky green to attack because of the slope of the dirt and the many roots. It's very easy to catch a nasty rollaway. Okay, lays that up nicely. And to save par,
Get in there!
Amanda puts it in there. That's our second red hot tip top replay of the day.
I like the two guns.
I suppose Waterworks is the sort of course that will have you cursing on one throw and cheering on the next one. It's a little bit of a roller coaster sometimes. Moving on to hole number 7, it's set in the short right position up this grassy hillside. There's really one very dense tree with a lot of small trees and vines attached to it, guarding the way. To the left, behind the really big tree, is a very steeply pitched valley. Either in this tree or down the valley are the only two dangers on this hole. This grass is thick and will generally catch a disc. Lupe hits the guardian tree, but it looks like it's rolled far enough off that she won't be pinched. The camera lens really doesn't display properly how steeply pitched this hill is. This is a rip to get to the top of this hill. And it gives it a lot of gas, but it goes right into the heart of the tree. That would have easily got 80–90% the way there, I'm sure. That forehand by Lupe got away from her, and she's experiencing firsthand now just how deep that valley is. Amanda's going up and over, and that rolls up into the circle. And Liz plays her second up into the circle as well. From the edge of the precipice, Anna's looking to get up to the basket. And you can see Lupe's got a long way to go up this hill end. That canopy is nasty. Here's Liz to bring in another par.
About while I was putting, I was like, oh, that car's running. This thing's just sitting there. There's probably someone there sitting there watching right now.
You hear a little bit of chatter. They're talking about that car at the edge of the parking lot. Its headlights were shining right at Liz Borg-Bowman. That may have distracted her when she was trying to make that par putt. Hole 8 is 250 feet, straight downhill, pretty much a putter shot. And the real trick is not to go too far, because the basket is probably 30 to 50 feet up from the base of the hill. It's very easy to overshoot and be outside circle 2 at the bottom of the hill looking to come back up.
If that's turning out okay.
Unlike the first few holes, there's a lot of airspace here and a lot of different ways to find the line down to the basket. Is lining up a forehand. No, wait. She's lining up a backhand. Not too sure about this play. There's a lot of room for a disc to travel to the left. Amanda's drive put her in about 15 feet into the forest, and the best she can do is pitch to the edge. And it gives that a really good half go, putting her in the circle. There's a lot of rollaway danger, and Amanda activates our chat filter again. Here's Liz Borg-Bowman with a death putt for birdie. If she misses this, it's going 50 feet downhill. No pressure, Liz.
Oh, yeah, Liz.
I knew you could do it.
I wish I could have.
Solo birdie, Liz Borg-Bowman picks up 2 throws on the remainder of the lead card, with 1 hole to play in the front 9. Moving on to the final hole of our front 9 coverage. It's 283 feet. The basket is situated just a little bit to the left on a green that has an OB walking path to the left-hand side. Most people will try to play the hyzer line towards that tree with a large section of missing arc and try and get up and down for their par. Anna plays the flex line, attacking the middle, and is rewarded with a pretty good look. Lupe challenges the sidewalk on the left-hand side and finds OB. From her mark, Lupe is lining up another forehand, challenging the OB again to attack the circle. That harp is a little turned over, and it never comes fair. Anna's got a pretty wide open look to the basket from here. She sets it up a little bit short and to the right. That's going to be a big putt. Amanda floats a condor up into circle one. This is well outside circle two and catches the only tree. Sizes this putt up carefully. The other players will clean up their throws, and we'll round out the front nine. Halfway through the round, Elizabeth Borg-Bowman throws 5 over to stretch her lead over Amanda Wing by 2 more throws. Come on back to this channel soon and catch the back nine. See you then.